my channel if you're new here. We're going to be doing a 72-hour forecast. I'm going to start off with 3 oracle cards, and then we'll do like a 6-card spread with the tarot. If you are new here, if you want to see future readings and you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos in the future. And let's jump in. All right, so the first oracle card we have, it says, "My words have power. Be intentional with everything you say. It's important to understand that the power of your words and the actions and manifestations they become. Use your words consciously and purposely to elevate, encourage, or inspire yourself and others." I also have a talisman and the healer card. So right off the bat, be careful of literally the things that you say in terms of what you speak over yourselves, in terms of possibilities and opportunities, or the lack thereof, the way that you may feel about, your circumstance, or other people trying to project things onto your situation. There may be people around you where you telling them your plans, you giving them, a picture of your deepest desires. They may be quick to speak things over it that aren't necessarily the most positive. But yeah, be careful of someone who could be also verbally harmful. They may not be someone who is encouraging, and if you have this person around you long enough, their words start to feel true. I also have the healer card here. Some of you are actually meant to be a healer. You could be already on this path, walking this path, and maybe you've needed a confirmation moment as of recently that this is the path for you and something that you need to stick to. This is your confirmation moment. For some of you, you have natural healer abilities where you may not necessarily be drawn to a path of being a healer like full time, but you could be someone where you play as a healing force in people's lives in ways that you may not even realize. Now, the danger with this is if you have people around you who are energy vampires, they can see your light, they can feel your light, and they could want to take advantage of this. So it's important that you don't allow yourself to be drained in energetic vampire situations. Okay. Also, so with the talisman, this talks about like a good luck charm. Some of you guys may have like a family heirloom. You may have like a bracelet or a necklace that you wear that brings you a level of peace or good luck, or just good fortune. Okay. Keeping this with you during this time frame could be like a huge sense of support, or there's something significant around a talisman, which is interesting. Now let's go deeper. What is the general energy around my Capricorns for the next 72 hours? I have the Queen of Pentacles. So for the next 72 hours, huge focal point on you. You could be doing things to kind of like nurture yourself, take care of yourself. You could be also looking at like how you're spending money, how you're spending your time. As of recently, maybe you felt like time management could be a lot better, or again, spending habits could be a lot better. Also health. Some of you have been either going to the doctor and there's certain things that you really want to get back to more of a balanced place, like weight or just certain levels. You could be looking at your eating habits too, like what are you consuming? But overall, this time frame looks like a big focus on you and taking care of the practical things. You also could be looking at a relationship with another earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo individual, or just a relationship with someone else where you're wondering if you could trust them. Are you a trustworthy individual? Can I trust that me giving you my heart, me giving you my time is going to mean me good? Now, going into what I see for career and finance specifically, I have the 5 of Cups. So there could be certain things that you wish that you took advantage of in the past, like an opportunity that was extended to you, or something you really wanted to learn, a skill that could have made you more money. You could be focused too much on that though. Be careful of focusing on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas to where you rob yourself of the opportunity of seeing like the opportunity you have now. For my Capricorns who are currently at a job, there could be certain things that just are a little bit annoying that could have your focus. Like, oh, I wish I didn't have to go through X, Y, and Z at this job. Or I wish that, you know, certain individuals didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth. So that could be something that's a little bit off-putting, but you could be just focused on doing your job. Now, going into what I see with love specifically, what does love look like for my Capricorns? I have the Eight of Cups. So for my single Capricorns, you could be focused on finding like someone who's really in alignment with you, whether that's in goals or like your values. You may be at a place to where you really value having family and having, you know, family unit, or getting married, or dating somebody who you could start a business with. There could be certain specific values that you have that you being single could be intentionally so that you can manifest someone who aligns with those values. For my Capricorns who are in a relationship, you either may have recently stepped away from this connection, either permanently or not permanently. And you could be either, you know, looking to see, are there other options out there for me? Or wondering if you revisit this connection, if this isn't like a permanent breakup. There could just be things that you're very fed up with. Like you want to be different. Okay. Eight of Cups is like, I really felt like this was a connection that I got a lot from. But now with where either I'm mentally at, emotionally at, there's certain things I require that I feel like I'm not getting. So you will be addressing these things or deciding if you should walk away or not. Now, what is the best advice for my Capricorns for the next 72 hours? What is the best advice? I have the Five of Wands. So with the next 72 hours, be careful of what arguments or conflicts you entertain, especially if it's not worth it and it doesn't really have like a end goal. If arguing with, let's say, your spouse, it's just going to leave you guys at a point of just not reaching understanding, now, you know, coming at each other and saying things in a way where it's just going too far, pick your battles wisely is the advice, regardless of who this is, romantic, job, whatever. The other piece of advice is to protect your energy from taking in other people's problems. The Five of Wands is a like outside problem card. And if you're not careful, you could care so much about certain individuals where you adopt their problems that you can't really solve for them or do anything about. Just bear witness of the fact that they're going through these problems. But also just making sure that other people who have like more of a conflict driven drama perspective, protect yourself from these people too, is the other piece of advice. Now, the challenge for this time frame for my Capricorns, I have the Eight of Swords. So the challenge could be limiting yourself to what you believe you can do, and therefore you could be stopping yourself in your tracks in things that you may actually succeed in if you took action on it, but out of that fear or out of doubt, this could be limiting you. So an example of this is like you could really want to go to school to get this certain skill under your belt. And you know that if you did actually pursue this, you could make a lot more money. But because there could be a limiting belief around money when it comes to paying for it or whether or not you'll be successful, this could stop you from doing it, and you could just ruminate about this idea over and over and over again. Or with love, you could really want to be married or really want to have a long-term relationship, but the ruminating on whether or not that's possible because you've had issues in the past may cause you to do this thing where you try to protect yourself from disappointment. So it just could leave you in this rumination of like, will things change? Will things change? So it's breaking free from that. That's going to be the challenge to overcome. Now, going into the outcome, I do have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands talks about being resilient. It talks about overcoming challenging times and being able to stand tall after being overwhelmed, right? So with the Nine of Wands, I think by the end of this time frame, you guys have this attitude where you're not giving up. If you've been stressed out when it comes to, let's say, like finances or things that you're trying to get done, school, all this stuff, I see you guys still pushing, still going, and reaching a point of completion of like just being caught up in this like stressed out energy. Okay, if you've been trying to adjust to a new job and it's been like a bit overwhelming, you could start to feel like you're getting the hang of things. For my Capricorns who are in a relationship where you guys have been through some stuff, you could be asking yourself two things. Do I have the willpower to continue this relationship? Or do I feel like I've just experienced so much up until this point to where it's just not even worth it? So you will be sitting with yourself, asking yourself that in regards to love and also in regards to like maybe a family dynamic. But yeah, this is what I see. I hope I did give you some insight in regards to just some themes that come up for this time frame. If you did take something from this video, definitely feel free to thumbs it up and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.